And we are live. What's going on, everybody? It's King Narakami here with some special guests. We're about to do the first live podcast on my channel, the Keen's Game Podcast, Episode 7. We got a great show for y'all tonight. As you know, there has been a new SMT V trailer as of last night, so we're going to be diving right into that, discussing what we think of the gameplay, the characters, and the future of the series as well. But let me go ahead and introduce my guest right quick. First off, you may know this guy. I mean, who really cares about him? He runs a channel called David Cast JRPGs. It's David, but we don't talk to him that much here, right?
What new trailer? I missed it.
Oh, you didn't see it? Oh man,
No.
hold on. I'm about to send you that link right quick. Also today we have my dueling partner and my Yu-Gi-Oh dueling partner, Bao Zakarica. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on. Hope everyone's having a good night.
We're having a good night. I can't wait to dive right into these topics with y'all. But also, the star of the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have Tony for you. How you doing today, man?
What's up, everybody? Tony for you here. I was planning on watching the new trailer on loop until I passed out tonight, but I'm here instead.
Oh, this could turn into a 3-hour stream of us just playing the trailer and everything and just commenting on it if y'all are up for it, honestly. I think we could do that. I think we could do that. Definitely. But thank you guys so much for joining today. We got a great show planned for everybody. Thank you all for joining live. As I said, this is my first live podcast, and because of that, there's actually, I never really advertised this before, but there's actually a donations link down in the description. If you choose to, support me and the podcast, that'd be great. If you don't, just save for the awesome content. We already got a lot of people here in the chat. Thank you so much all for coming, and let's just go ahead and jump into this. So we are 3 months away from the release of Shin Megami Tensei 5. And I think hype is at an all-time high for me. What about you guys? Is your hype level up there, especially after this trailer last night?
Keeps growing and growing.
Yes, sir. I think about SMT 5 every day, and I've been thinking about it for years at this point. Over 4 years now. January 2017 was the announcement. Can you guys believe it? It's been that long.
Long time coming, man. Well, about when the Switch was announced, too, right? Because it was at the Switch presentation, wasn't it?
Yep. It was revealed 3 months after the Switch was officially shown. 3 or 2 months. I think it was November, so 2 months. Yep.
After this past year, it feels like a lifetime ago, honestly. I don't know about y'all, but a long time coming, and it took us, it took 3 years to actually get information on the game, which is crazy. But now we're here. We are less than 3 months away from the release of the video game. I am so excited. So we got a lot of stuff planned for y'all tonight. Let's just go ahead and start with the elephant in the room, the new Bethel trailer. So I wanted to preface this by saying IGN actually did something right for once and leaked the trailer at around 9:30 p.m. last night. Of course, Atlus has to always have some sort of leak or everything. When did y'all hear about when the trailer dropped? Because we all thought it was releasing at 11, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Discord notified me first. I was like, hell yeah, because I always go to sleep at like 9:30, and I was waiting for that trailer to do a reaction. But then when I got the messages at like 10 or so, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to sleep early. That's great.
Oh, man. That's exactly my reaction. My first reaction was to get up off of watching wrestling with my father to go download the trailer just in case they privated it. That was the first thing I did. Bao, where were you when the trailer dropped? When did you hear about this?
I was also watching wrestling, but I waited until afterwards, which they did take down the video, so I had to find it through someone else's upload.
But that's the thing. It was already released in the wild. It was readily available after that. No question whatsoever. Tony, my man Tony, where were you when the trailer dropped?
I was actually playing Phoenix Wright, and I was really deep in the case. I got a notification on Discord. What could this possibly be? SMT 5, the best interruption I could have possibly hoped for.
Oh, definitely. Phoenix Wright, you and David should go make out after this, because I know he's a huge Phoenix
Probably
Wright
should.
fan.
Yes, sir. Which
Huh?
case are you at?
What?
Just a quick.
I actually haven't even finished the first trilogy. I'm on the third game.
Oh,
Fourth
okay.
case, I think.
Okay, I thought you were playing the last game. Oh, nice. Well, you're in for a
No.
treat then.
Yeah.
I own the first trilogy, but haven't gotten around to it, and I'm almost embarrassed to say that. But I'm going to get to it eventually. I'm going to get to it eventually.
Be embarrassed, you fool.
Bro, shut the fuck up. All right, so overall thoughts on the trailer, guys. We saw it last night. We pretty much all reacted to it. What did you guys think? Did it meet your expectations? Oh, wait, hold on. We got oh my gosh, we got the specialist dance going on right now. Oh my goodness. H2DK YouTube's $10 donation. Thanks for coming through tonight, man. Thank you so much for the generous donation. I definitely don't deserve it, but I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. So, anyways.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, definitely. Thanks. Big shout out to you. So, as I was saying, overall thoughts, what did you guys think about the trailer before we go into too many details? Did it meet your hype expectations? Do you think it's the best trailer so far? Let's go ahead and go with Bao first.
So my overall thoughts on the trailer, I didn't go into it expecting much, but I was surprised just how much was going on and how much they packed within those, 4 minutes? Because over the course of those 4 minutes, you heard so many characters talking and giving you hints about things that we're going to see in the game, but not enough to like really give things away, which I appreciate. But I've watched the trailer now probably over 4 or 5 times, and every time I watch it, I just find something new to speculate on or something I didn't notice. So that's really cool to see.
Oh, definitely. I think we've all watched it at least 5 times per person here, but yeah, it's definitely a hype trailer. I enjoyed it immensely. What about you, Tony? I'm going to get your thoughts and opinions.
I'm a man of two minds with this new trailer. There's a lot of characters. It seems like there's going to be a lot more in common with SMT4 Apocalypse than there are Nocturne. Mm-hmm. That being said, everything else about it was extremely cool. The demons to size, the demons they've shown, the characters seem interesting. It seems there's going to be more endings than just a law, neutral, and chaos. I'm really happy to see how it turned out.
And we're actually going to get into that here in a little bit and dive more into what we think is going to happen during the game. So thanks for that, Tony. And I'd ask David what he thought too, but no one gives a fuck. So, no, I'm just kidding, man. What did you think about the trailer last night?
You need to get your revenge. It's all good. It's all good,
bro.
Very, very dope trailer. To be honest, my first reaction while watching it, I was kind of overwhelmed. I was trying to process all that new info, all those characters, freaking Raido looking dude appearing on screen, waifus, like, whoa, I was really overwhelmed. But the one thing that really hit me, the music. Oh my God. Like every trailer had like good music, but yesterday, bruh, I was like, oh man, that was fire, like from start to finish. No, fantastic trailer. It's not a first trailer though. I feel like they really showed it at the right time. We've seen enough of the game for them to show this type of trailer at this point, if it makes sense.
Oh, definitely. And I think that's, you mentioned the music. That's actually the first topic we're about to dive into right quick. The overall music of the game. Oh my gosh, we already got another donation going on right here. Demicrow, Jack Bros Remake, please, donated $5. He says, if there is one game that you wish Atlus could or would make, what would it be? Mine's, of course, Jack Bros Remake or Devil Summoner 5.
Yes,
Demicrow always, Demicrow always with the Jack Bros. But let's just go ahead and answer this, guys. Let's go in order right here. David,
did he say? Oh yeah, I have his question right here. An Atlus game? Oh, probably Devil Survivor 3. They could give us that sweet Devil Survivor 1 and 2 HD pack at the same time. Those games age so well, it would be awesome.
Oh, definitely. I think Devil Survivor 3 would be instant seller right there. It's a big... I know people regard it as the best SMT game. I know Gnarly's has said that before as well. So I think that'd be great. Bao?
Mine is also Devil Survivor 3. The first game, in my opinion, is like maybe the strongest SMT game. And even though I have my issues with the second, I think a third game, the potential there in like modern times with modern technology is limitless.
Yep.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that would be very interesting to bring it into this current generation of game systems, especially the Switch. But Tony,
just a general sorry to interrupt, just the general structure and how Devil Survivor, how the games look, they feel like a modern game when you go back to them, the 3DS games, and they're DS games, by the way. But when you go back to them, they look modern. Like, I don't know if it's the art style or I think it's the general art direction. I feel like they age super well.
I know some people don't like it because of like the 2D art style, but I kind of dig that kind of thing. You know, it doesn't look like an old school game, but it looks more like a modern old school game, if you catch my drift right there. It still looks good for its time, and I think remasters of those games would benefit well in this current age, especially with SMT 5 releasing. But we got one more person here. Tony, what's your Dream Atlus game?
I'll buck the trend. Devil Survivor is definitely the safest one, and it's way more likely that this happens than what I hope. But Rido 3, please give me more Rido. I love Rido more than anything.
Yeah, we have more Rido. We saw that trailer yesterday.
Well, David, we're going to get into that. Don't worry, we are going to get into that. But I agree with Tony. I want another Devil Summoner game. Devil Summoner Rido 3. Because this would be like Devil Summoner 5 or something like that. But I would want that. I would love but that would be my choice. But thanks again, Demi Crow, for the donation. That was very generous of you. Anyways, we were talking about the music for the new SMT 5 trailer, or just SMT 5's music in general. I know David loved it. Did anything catch y'all last night with it? I know it had like some really cool guitar sounds and everything in it, and it kind of has like a kind of, I wouldn't say futuristic vibe, but what did you guys think about the music?
Well, for me personally, just the music in general and SMT pretty much every game except Nocturne, even though I like the music in Nocturne, all those games have like amazing music that helps tell the story for especially. I'm already seeing like similar sounds in the soundtrack we've gotten from 5. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same composer because it just sounds like it.
It's
so that makes me
Kazuka.
Yes, that makes me very happy because his work on 4 is just mind blowing.
Yep.
People often talk about Persona soundtracks, but my god, SMT soundtracks are right up there. I'm playing a Digital Devil Saga right now, and I've just been completely blown away with this OST. Yeah. Just completely amazing. Tony, SMT 5's music, any thoughts?
Well, SMT 4's soundtrack was a masterpiece. I think we can all agree with that, and 5 is looking to be no different. Everybody was worried to see if they could trap lightning in a bottle twice. But the guy who made the soundtrack is just a genius. It looks like he's gonna strike gold again.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. When there was a reason to be worried, it was in 2013 before 4 released, because it was a different composer. It was Ryota Kazuka being the lead composer for the first time. But after 4, bruh, if you listen to the 4 soundtrack, there's zero need to worry. Like he can live up to the legacy of all the other composers, Meguro and everyone else. You name it.
If y'all are interested to hear more of SMT5's soundtrack, my boy VSips has actually uploaded a bunch of those onto YouTube, so you could look those up. But my personal favorite is when you're leveling up and everything. I don't know if y'all have seen this before, but when you're leveling up in SMT5, that background music, that gave me goosebumps, man.
A level up team has no rights to be that good.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like, I don't care if this CD's $70 when it releases and $20 shipping from Japan. I'm buying it 1,000%. Well, here's the thing. The collector's edition's coming with the soundtrack too, right? I thought it was.
I want to say yes, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I bought 3 of them. It's not enough for me to know if there's
my god, man, what is wrong with you?
I mean, I got myself the Japanese collector's edition, the Western one, and I bought another one for my giveaway that I did.
Speaking of, while David looks at
disc soundtrack.
Oh, yep. Really? Yeah, that's what I thought. I wonder if it's going to have all the songs on it, the entire OSC. I would hope so. It won't be. I would
assume so.
It won't be like Royals release and only have 10 songs from the fucking game on it. That still pisses me off to this day. But the next topic I want to get into, now that we finished with the music, is if you guys noticed on this new trailer yesterday, it seems like for some reason, it had an emphasis on Tao, that new girl, Nabino's friend and everything. Seems to have a big emphasis on her, and they like kind of foreshadow something happening to her. I want to get your guys' thoughts and opinions on that. I don't know if y'all noticed. Did y'all notice that?
Yes. Yeah.
So, what do you guys think is going to happen to her? Is she going to get kidnapped and turn into this evil lord or something, or is she going to be like one of the endings? I want to get y'all's opinion on her.
I wonder if at a certain point in the trailer they said something like, I wonder if I would have been able to prevent what happened to her. They said something like that, and I'm like, are they talking about like that girl that we keep seeing since the second trailer? And I know in my comment section, some people were saying, no, it's probably someone else. But I don't know if there would be such an emphasis on that segment in the trailer if it wasn't a main character. So I don't know. I'm curious to hear what you guys think. And in the chat as well, if you want to let us know what you think, I'm curious to hear.
Do we know what the name of the kind of tentacle monster thing that is responsible for kidnapping her is called?
I don't think it's been revealed yet.
No, because I made that video a while ago speculating on the world of SMT 5. Of course, it's called Da'at. Has to do with Kabbalah. It's a very mystic Jewish kind of roots. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with the Tree of Knowledge. Maybe that's going to be the main antagonist. Some more, she's kind of the driving force. But I'm not sure.
It's hard to say, really, because they're being Atlus is being very quiet about this game, and I'm really appreciative of that, because they haven't given up any main plot points. The biggest plot point that they may have given up is the appearance of a certain character that we're going to get into here in a second. But, Bao, I want to get your opinion. What do you think of her story? What's it going to be? Why are they foreshadowing all this?
They've definitely given her a big spotlight in these recent trailers. If you have kept up with everything, you know that she has some special type of power, and that's why Bethel recruited her as, I forgot what they call her, but she's like, more or less, I guess you called her like their goddess or their savior or something like that. So I'm thinking that the person they're alluding to in that dialogue is her, like, oh, we could have prevented her fate or something. Because, like, right around that time, we also see the trailer focus on her. So I'm assuming it's talking about her, but of course we don't know. But I'm going to assume that maybe regardless of what your alignment is, she will play a major role in sticking with you. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe she'll be with you regardless of who you side with, and then maybe depending on your ending, she'll die. Who knows? Since we don't even know if we're going to be a traditional alignment in this game, but
right, and we're definitely going to get in. I'm actually going to ask y'all about that later, about the alignment system for SMT 5. But you know, you said we spent a lot of time with Tao and everything. We've seen her a lot in this trailer, but one character that is completely absent from this new trailer, which I find interesting, is Miyazu Atusa. I probably just like bombed in pronouncing her name, but it's people call her the female Ren Amima, which I kind of cringe at. I'm not gonna lie, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Why do you think they haven't shown her?
Good question. Maybe
she nowhere to be found.
Maybe she doesn't have much to do with Bethel. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was enough in that trailer. Anyways, like there was so many characters in that one trailer, so probably was just unrelated and unnecessary, I would say.
She's Yuzuru's sister, right?
Yes,
yep.
Yes, Yuzuru's sister. But I just find it interesting.
So she probably doesn't take a huge spotlight. Yeah, sorry.
I just find it interesting that she's like the only character that they didn't really show in that trailer. That's just interesting to me. I'm like, what's going on? Maybe Yuzuru's trying to protect her. Maybe he's got her somewhere, you know, where she can't get in trouble. Who knows? But another thing I wanted to get y'all's opinion about the trailer last night, we saw running around the school and everything before everything happens. What did y'all think about that section right there? I think the school looks awesome. I kind of hope that the daily life kind of plays, I mean, not a huge factor, but you actually get to, you know, live a couple of days in the life of the protagonist. What did y'all think about it? Because I think the school looks phenomenal, and I'm interested to see more.
Yeah, I think it looks really great. I don't know if any of y'all noticed, but inside the school, there's one segment where you see the protagonist. He's walking in the hallways. He's running in the hallways. It looks the way that the school is designed. It looks really similar to the school in the Monarch game.
What's that?
Yeah, it does.
The game made by like you know what that do you know
Yes.
what that is? Okay, you do. Sorry, I thought you didn't for real.
I'm just fucking
It
trolling.
looks, it looks really really similar, and I just found that strange. But yeah, it looks great. It looks great. I don't think we'll get a lot of time in the school like that, because when you read like the descriptions of the story, the official descriptions that you can find on like the site and all of that, the way that it's phrased, it really says like you are living a normal life and then you get thrown into that.
Right.
They say that like right away, so I get the feeling that it's going to be similar to Nocturne, possibly just a very quick bit, and then boom, something happens and you are thrown into that. That's the feeling that I'm getting, though.
We will definitely see. Tony, Bao, what y'all think? Do you think we're going to get to see more of that, or do you think it's going to be kept to a minimum for the daily school life?
I think they're going to keep the school stuff to a minimum. Like maybe you'll spend a day, 2 at the most, before getting transported to Dot. But I'm just glad that after we get transported to Dot, we get to come back, and then stuff starts going down in Tokyo, which is one of my biggest hopes, and they confirmed that. So I'm just glad about that.
Tony?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the school. I don't like it at all. And I love Persona as much as the next guy, but I really, really hope it plays a very small part.
I'm sure.
Because I want to explore Dot. I want to see the Tree of Creation. I want to see all that stuff.
I guess I just kind of want to get more of like their backstory before we're just thrown into Dot and everything. But they could tell that during the story as well in Dot. But that's just my opinion. But one other person that we saw during the trailer in Dot yesterday, this is going to be a big talking point, and he is the background of the video that you guys are watching right now. Who is this mysterious man right here? I want to get y'all's opinion on this. That mysterious man in the trailer last night.
Right on the 15th.
Man, I really hope it's Rido or like some descendant or something. That's the first thing that I went to, though. That's the first thing that hit my mind. It doesn't look exactly like Rido, but it's, come on, same voice actor and everything.
It's not going to be Rido. Well, first things first, Rido is a title, not the name of the person per se.
Right.
It might be Rido the 15th. It might be Rido the 16th, because the Rido the 14th was in the 1920s. This is set in the modern day, so this is probably Rido the 20th or whatever.
You think they would skip some?
Probably
not.
It makes sense. I mean, I get what you mean.
I don't think it is, because there's no Kuzunoha paraphernalia on this person. He's just dressed up as a normal police officer. The hilt of the Rido sword has the Kuzunoha emblem on it. That's been pretty consistent through the games. All of them have some sort of distinguishing factor. Though I hope so. I hope it has something to do with Devil Summoner.
It gets my hopes up for a possible Devil Summoner Rido 3. I know that. I know we're going to talk about it later, but I have my thoughts of if this game becomes successful and everything, what the future holds for it. But, Bao, I want to get your opinion on this mysterious character last night. What did your mind first go to?
My first thought was Rido as well, but also I thought, because I forgot the exact details, but Rido isn't like the only, like, I guess clan or school. There's like 3 others, I believe. So that may be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's true.
I definitely don't think it's a coincidence he looks like that. Although his eyes in particular interest me because they don't look human. So I'm just curious what his deal is. But so far, he's probably the most intriguing of these new characters to me, just because I want to see what his deal is.
Oh yeah, I think that's all.
I think he's gonna have an important role, considering the emphasis on his character in the trailer. Like, he faces the protagonist at one point, and it feels like it's gonna be an epic moment. So I think he's probably gonna have some major role.
Oh, definitely, and it's one of the emphasis points. Like I said, Atlus they've been kind of quiet on the story and everything, so we don't know if he's going to play a big role. But I would hope that he would. But by the way, speaking of playing a big role in this stream, Demicrow donated another $3, and he says, "I'm thinking that the red like portal from the start of the trailer might be the checkpoints in the different areas, and it's not big and open, and the green area is the main hub." Interesting to think about right there, like how you switch between like this alternate version of Tokyo and the real Tokyo. That's kind of interesting to think about. What did you guys think about Demicrow's comment right here?
I missed that because I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, but I'm gonna check that out right now.
There is kind of like a portal kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, that seems very likely.
It is extremely likely, especially when they show Aogami going through what looks like a diet building. Maybe it looks like he'll separate from you a couple times during the course of the game and do his own thing. And he obviously can't do that in Da'at, otherwise you'd be mauled to death by pixies.
Bao, I haven't heard you talk during this, so what did you think about Demicrow's his comment right there?
I mean, I personally really don't have too much to go on with that. I could just see it happening either way.
It's but
one last thing I want to mention about Mr. Not Rido, my I guess you could say crackpot theory that no one mentioned. Maybe he's Lucifer. Because Lucifer and his disguises, you never know.
By the way, can we just appreciate the fact that they're bringing Lucifer's Nocturne design back into the game? Absolutely love the way he looks in these new trailers. I don't know about y'all.
Thank God.
Yeah, that surprised me when we got that trailer last July. I was like, "Oh man, really?" Going back to the old design, I was not expecting that.
For design, but I didn't like his for Apocalypse design. But old one's fine too, so I'm happy.
Oh, interesting. See, I'm the opposite. I prefer Apocalypse design.
It's more the personality they gave him in Apocalypse I didn't like. It's a bit too cartoonish.
Yes, that's completely fair. I was talking like just design wise.
So before we move on to the next subject, guys, want to get y'all's opinion. Do you think this is the best trailer we've received so far? Are they just getting better as time goes on? Were you hoping to see more? I want to get you guys' opinion on that.
I think it's easy to say that it was the best trailer, but at the same time, it's not a trailer that they could have shown first, in my opinion. Like, I think the E3 trailer, just as a standalone trailer, wasn't as good as this one, but this one would have felt out of place at E3. If that makes sense, because of all the other information that we got in the meantime, I just feel like it would have felt really weird at E3.
What you guys think?
I do feel that to get the most out of this trailer, it had to be this late because we had to know, who the other characters are, the basics of the world to fully get the most out of this trailer. So yes, it's probably the best one so far, but it was necessary to have the others first.
That's exactly what I think.
Yeah, as much shit as I talk about the trailer and that it erased some red flags for me, I do still think it's the best one we've got. It makes the gameplay look amazing. The demons look great. The characters and the voice acting of said characters are great. Music's great. Everything's great.
100% agreed. Any final thoughts about the trailer before we move on tonight, guys? I know I kind of put this segment together at the last second, so I want to hear what you guys have to say about it, because I know we have all different thoughts running in our heads, especially, not even 24 hours removed from the reveal of it.
I guess after the last trailer, I'm just wondering how many of these magatsuhi skills are going to be, because I feel like we keep seeing more and more of them. Like the last night, we saw a new one called the Elastic Calamity, which looks insane.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be one of the main mechanics, so I expect a lot of them.
Do you guys think it's going to be overpowered, or are people going to fight back against these skills?
I don't think so. There's rarely balance issues in those games. I don't expect any problems there.
Because I swear, the first time someone beats an opponent easily because of it, people are going to be like, oh my god! It's Persona 5! Oh my god!
Welcome to Megaton Elitist community.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to get into mechanics, but it looks like something of a limit break, which, I mean, if balanced around properly, it could be just another great layer to the SMT gameplay design.
Yep.
I really wanted to, now that we're talking about, the magatsuhi skills and everything, I wanted to get y'all's opinions on the actual gameplay right quick. Of course, at E3 this past year, we were shown the first little bit of gameplay from it. We got about 30 minutes of it. We've gotten some ever since in the trailers. What do you guys think of how it looks so far? Is it what you expected? Do you think the models look good? I want to get your opinions.
Bro, it looks freaking amazing for a Switch game. It has to be like one of the best looking Switch games out there, easily.
Oh, 100%.
It looks amazing. I was not expecting the game to look that great on the Switch.
In terms of looks, it looks great, and I'm liking the subtle changes they're making to the battle system. I'm kind of glad the smirk system isn't coming back. I felt it wasn't needed here. And I'm glad defense stat is finally back, because that was a bit of an annoyance with me in 4. And also, they changed the buffs to work how they work in Persona, where they only apply to one person at once, which I like since it makes things a bit more challenging.
Tony?
I absolutely adore what they're doing with the visual design aspect of it. I touched on it a little bit before, but the demons to scale, like we saw Hecatonchirus, which is the demon with the million arms and eyes, being like 20 feet tall. It looks like they will be like that in your party as well, which would add another layer of cool visual differentiation between your party. Every battles gonna look different. Finn McCummel, which is the new Celtic demon introduced.
Freaking awesome.
It looks like he's kind of a representative for another character, and the battle kind of starts out with a smooth transition, almost like Yakuza 7, like right into gameplay. Man. You face him. I love it. The buff rework, I'm not really too happy about, because that was kind of a staple of SMT, use buffs and debuffs. But it could still be important as well. Everything else looks amazing.
People really overreacted with the buff and debuff thing. I remember Twitter almost exploding because they thought that Atlus had become too obsessed with Persona and it got into SMT. I'm like, bro, just calm the fuck down right quick. It's gonna be okay. They're not gonna turn this into Persona 5. I swear they're not. But Val, I want to get your opinions. What are your thoughts on the overall gameplay that we have seen so far?
Like I said, I like the changes. They're changing up the buff system, which I think is a positive because it makes things more difficult. Can't just do like luster candy immediately and a ton of buffs and then just annihilate everything like you could in 4. Right. Which 4 to me was a little too easy for an SMT game. Like the games, if you know what you're doing, they're really not that challenging. But 4 to me was like even more busted in your favor. So I'm just hoping some difficulty comes back.
So, Tony mentioned something that I wanted to mention, actually. It's about the scale of the demons and everything. Because as you have seen before, some of these demons can be huge and could kill you almost instantly. And that's something that we've kind of missed in previous SMT games. I want to get you guys' opinion. Do you think it really... Are you happy to see that? Do you think it matters to you? I want to get your guys' opinion on that.
I am very happy about that, but I hope, because I think it was the Japanese website that explicitly said you will see demons the size of mountains. And that, of course, may just be like flavor text or like story bosses. But I would love to be like exploring and see like King Abaddon just towering in the distance. I would love stuff like that. So I'm glad they're like doing proper scaling, but don't be afraid to go like really far with it. I want to see giant demons in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm. See, we were talking before how what we think of that game, if it exceeded our expectations or not and stuff. And this aspect is one aspect that I was not expecting at all. Like I remember probably just a few weeks before E3, we were still discussing if we would have that old ass icon that we had for all the previous games to travel on the world map. We were discussing that like a couple of weeks before E3. So it's crazy to see that we have like large scale 3D models on the field. It's like I'm sorry, this game exceeded my expectations in so many ways. It's crazy.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
It looks really cool. We saw in the E3 Treehouse trailer, we saw the demon Oyamatsumi, which is the giant mountain. that is pretty much what they were talking about with the demons the size of mountains, because the demon is literally a mountain. And it definitely looks like one. It's huge. It will one-shot you. It looks like there's going to be mini bosses, potentially optional super bosses, maybe domains of like demons kind of doing their own internal little politicking in this open world. It looks awesome.
Get domains. That was a cool feature in 4. I hope we get domains again.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing I want to go over the gameplay as well. So people think that it looks like the UI system looks like Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I want to get y'all's opinion on that, because I think Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a fantastic game, and if they copy the UI from that, it looked great. So I was pretty happy with that, but I want to get y'all's opinion on that.
If you go back and you watch my reaction to the E3 trailer, that's one of the things that I said. I was like, oh my god, that UI looks so great. Like, I really like it. I don't mind them. I know they reused certain assets and like features from TMS, and it shows, but that's not a negative for me. I think it looks really good.
TMS looked great. I don't care what anyone says. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care. It's a great game. And if anyone hates on it because it was supposed to be Fire Emblem Cross SMT, fuck off. I mean, I think it's a great game.
Shameless plug. King and I have a TMS video on his channel. You guys should check that out.
Will do. One of the first videos I made, actually.
Yes, sir.
Very proud of it. Guys, Bal, Tony, did you guys ever play TMS?
Begrudgingly.
Bro, what? What are you talking about, bro?
2 words: wasted potential. And also, I'm not a fan of idle stuff, so that was even worse.
Oh my god!
You can't. Nah, wasted potential. I'll give you that, because SMT Cross Fire Emblem sounded like the best thing ever.
Fire Emblem's ass. I'm just saying.
But I'll keep. Let's just ignore that comment. I was about to say, like, you. Yeah, it's a really big missed opportunity. But at the same time, what you have to, when you play TMS, you have to think of the game has its own thing, its own new IP. If you play the game expecting SMT Cross Fire Emblem, you can't help it. It's disappointing. It really is. But it's good as its own. It stands on its own, in my opinion.
It was fine from like.
Sorry. Okay. The game came out like after I really got into, before I really got into SMT or Fire Emblem, so completely outside of any hype I would have had for it. I don't think it's a good game.
Oh my god, you guys hurt me. Where's the mute button on this thing? Y'all are muted for the rest of the stream for saying that you don't care about TMS. Regardless, though, the menus, no matter what you think of the game, it looks good. I think it fits the SMT5. I mean, it looks great. That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah, regardless the visual design of it's great.
Oh yeah, definitely. Val, do you like the design?
I'm kind of indifferent to it. Like, I don't dislike it or like it, but I have seen people, like even in my friend group, that this is a bit of a, as silly as it sounds, a bit of a deal breaker for them. Like, one of my friends says he has no interest in SMT5 because it looks like TMS. And in his words, it's lazy to him.
Oh my god!
But it works fine. It made the transition well from TMS to SMT5. So I'm fine with it.
This person's really gonna skip the game because of reused assets.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
For menus,
people reuse assets all the fucking time. I mean, it's.
I'm sure his favorite games does the same thing.
Yes, but let's not get into that.
Yeah.
So we went over the TMS UI. The press turn combat system is back, guys. I don't think we expected anything less. But we were going to go magatsuhi skills and everything. But let's just go ahead. I know we touched on that briefly earlier. But do you guys think we're going to see more of that? Do you think that's going to play a major factor in the battles? I know we said is it going to be overpowered, but how do you think we're going to get these magatsuhi skills, and how do you think we're going to build them up as time goes on? Do you think we'll be able to get more as the game progresses?
I want to say they've shown us. how we get them, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't remember off the top of my head either. This nerd over here, David, probably knows.
What did you say?
The magatsuhi skills. Have they explained how that works?
Not yet, but we know because we've seen like in the trailers that when you use certain moves, the meter goes up at some point. So I feel like you just have to put the meter to the maximum, and then you get to perform a special skill, being a magatsuhi skills.
It's almost like Tokyo Mirage sessions.
Correct me if I'm wrong about this, y'all in the chat, but I really feel like we've seen that in the trailer before. Like you raise the meter by performing certain spells. I would assume during certain moon phases. But
yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah,
it looks like potentially it has something to do with the demon spell affinity. Like you see the +2, +3, +4 next to every spell. Maybe that has something to do with the affinity towards that specific demon, or maybe it has to do with the type of generation it does to Magatsuhi.
Now, what I find interesting is that
it just looks like a
can use them too.
Yes, definitely. That intrigues me as well. So I'm just wondering, like, are you going to get fucking pawned by a random enemy using a magatsuhi skill out of nowhere? That's going to piss a lot of people off. I can already see that happening. It gets me.
I mean, that's no worse than dying to a random Mudo or Hama skill in like old SMT.
Oh, man, don't even get me started on those. That's a. I'm glad. I will say this in digital Devil Saga. I'm glad that Hama only takes like half of your HP right now because my god, I've been hit with it so many times.
You're not ready for late game DDS, dude. You're not ready.
Oh my god, I don't want to fucking know. Something that we just mentioned are the moon phases, and that's actually a topic I wanted to cover as well. So moon phases are back in the game. I want you guys to speculate on what that could mean. Obviously, that's going to mean different things for fusing demons, but what do you think that's going to mean for this new game? Are you intrigued by it? And how do you think Atlus can improve on the moon phases to go with? Because sometimes in some games, especially like in DDS that I'm playing right now, it doesn't really matter. I feel like.
I hope they do something more than what we've seen in previous games. Like in Nocturne, you're like, yeah, that gimmick with the one boss is cool and all, but I hope they like expand on this. I really hope so. I want specific things like unique new mechanics because in general, just the moon phases, it's in out of context, it sounds cool. It sounds like a good idea, but I don't think they're exploiting that idea enough, if that makes sense. I'm having a hard time explaining what I want to explain. Yeah, pretty much. That may be too harsh on it, but I'm confident in the team. I think they're going to expand on. I doubt they would have brought back the moon phases mechanic if it was for minor things like in previous games.
Bal, Tony, what do y'all think?
My main hope for the moon phases, because I've never really like cared for the moon phase. If it's there, it's there. But I like that in Nocturne. It changed the music some. So it would be a nice touch to come back. But yeah, if you're gonna bring it back, I would like them to further do something with it. As to what that further something would be, I don't know.
Yeah, I hope it kind of has something to do. They could use it more efficiently, like. They could tie some parts of the story into it. I know SMT If had the Sloth dungeon, which had to do a lot with the moon phases. They could have it do something, maybe RNG manipulation with the chests, like they kind of did in Nocturne. Something to do with demon behaviors could be interesting. Maybe Magatsuhi generation level. They could do a lot of stuff with it, with all the new mechanics.
Those smaller things like the content, what chests contains, and how demons act depending on the moon phase. I think that's here to stay. But I wish like just like what Bao said, it basically proves my point. It's like, oh, whatever, that's there. And I'm sure most people don't know that the moon phases are changing those things. So I just hope they do something more with it.
Well, like you said, the only thing that we experience from that like Nocturne and stuff is that you get to make certain like special demons that you've already beat when like it's at 8 of 8 or whatever it is. So it's like it's it's a gimmick and it's used very little, and they could do a lot more with it, in my opinion. Do you guys think that? I think we're all in agreement there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely they could do a lot better with it. But one other thing I wanted to cover about the gameplay before we move on to the characters portion of this podcast is this an open world game or not? I know what people are going to say. It's definitely not open world, but they're presenting it as this big world and dot and everything. And I think it's interesting you get to explore and everything. I know it's probably not going to be open world, but what do you guys think? How big do you think this world's going to be in all these different areas?
I'm personally not expecting like anything insane. I think you'll have for the overworld, it'll be like, the desert we first saw in that E3 trailer. And then you can just find other areas like the abandoned highway and stuff. But if they want to, be more ambitious and make this more expansive, since we're not just confined to normal Tokyo now, fine. As long as it's not boring to explore. Also, the fact they've given us a run button may mean they've expanded areas because it wants to go around quicker.
How? Oh my gosh, a run button is a big mechanic in a game. Who would have thought?
In SMT, it really is.
For real, though.
Yeah.
Tony, what do you think about
the
world?
I think it's going to be big. I know I don't like to get my hopes up too much. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not a hype train guy. But I think it's going to be big, especially since they showed, like you said, the enhanced movement mechanics. There's going to be jumping buttons, run button. It looks like there's going to be your demons that follow you. Perhaps it's going to be a tie back to Raido demon like investigation mechanics. Obviously not the same, but maybe they're going to have a use in the overworld. But I don't think it's going to be a huge open world, but it could be an interlinking set of like large domains.
And by the way, you mentioned Raido a second ago. There was actually a line in the trailer that says something about I'm a demon summoner now. And I know that's not like devil summoner. But that happened before they showed this serious new person. So I thought that was interesting going back to it, if y'all have seen that. But last person up for this topic right here, David, what do you think about the world so far?
I feel like it's going to be similar to what we've seen before, but with big 3D renders and 3D models everywhere, just more beautiful and more fun to explore overall. I'm kind of thinking of something similar as the world in Dragon Quest XI. Like kind of open-ended, but the story is linear. So just like everything that we've seen before in SMT, basically.
And it's this first time really like in this like 3D SMT game that we've gotten like you can actually see like the demons that you're about to battle. They're on screen right now. I'm sure we've all noticed that, but instead of like going in blindly to like an invisible enemy and you're just thrown into a battle, we actually get to see these enemies, and I think that's one of the reasons they also added the run button as well. Do you guys think this is a good turning point, or do you miss like the way that they used to do where they just plop you into a random battle? Now you can kind of pick and choose.
Definitely fits more for this series, I think, to have it this way. Like, can you imagine just walking in a field and you see something in the distance and it's just Matador with his back turned to you, and you're just like, nope, 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 and you run the other way.
I'm out. Get the fuck out of here.
Especially in games like if I'm thinking Digital Devil Saga, because we talked about that before. In DDS, people are complaining about the encounter rate. It's a freaking good thing that this encounter rate is that high, because you need to grind for, oh boy, how are they called already?
Mantras?
Mantras, thank you. Yeah, you have to grind for specific mantras near the end of the game. So that encounter rate was necessary in those games. But I feel like in modern RPGs, it didn't age that well, like random encounters. I feel like most RPGs are moving away from that.
Yeah, big time. I don't mind random encounters.
I don't mind them either.
I love old RPGs. I love old JRPGs. I play them all the time. But we've advanced as a species beyond the need for random encounters. We can put them on screen. We can do it now, and I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who thinks random encounters are better at this point.
I think the chat kind of agrees. Katana Riku, fellow content creator, says he hates random encounters. H2DK says random encounters can stay in the past. Screw random encounters. It seems like people find it like a relic of like a PS2 bygone era of JRPGs. Do you think that's fair to say?
That's a bit harsh. Just like Tony, I don't mind random encounters, but that's because I play older RPGs as well. So.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I'm fine with random encounters too. Don't get me wrong.
But it's a good thing that they moved on from them, I think.
I think it's more pleasing, visually pleasing in this aspect as well. But
it's also a lot more interesting with like demon spawn rate. Like sometimes you can go through a whole area of an SMT dungeon and not see a demon that you might have otherwise wanted to negotiate with, but with a rarity. But
shout out to Technoflops in the chat saying he loves random encounters. The only one saying speaking up saying, "Oh my God, David, you didn't have to do him like that, man." You didn't have to call the man an elitist.
Techno's cool. He knows I'm fucking with him.
Shout out to Techno, a random encounter enjoyer.
Yes.
A man of culture, as they say. Next topic is the quality of the demons as well, because I'm kind of blown away with how much time it seems like they've taken, recreating these demons and bringing them into this era of games. It definitely doesn't seem like they just ripped these, as Nocturne assets and upscaled them. What do you guys think about the demons so far? Obviously, we're getting demon videos every day. I haven't watched all of them. That's a lot to keep up with. But what do you guys think about the quality of the demons so far?
All right, I have something to say here. I don't care for Doi's haters. He's doing a fantastic job with freaking every new demon that I've seen yet. I love it. I'm here for it. Simp. Come at me, haters.
Simp.
Yes.
So David loves the quality of the demons. I do too. Bao, Tony, what do you guys think about the demons so far and how they look?
Oh, one second. Final thing. I was just about to say. They did the unthinkable, and it's exciting to see the new demons. What the fuck did I just say? It's exciting to see the returning demons. Like, it could have been just, it's this boring old demon that we've seen before. But all those beautiful animations and those new models, even the old demons are exciting to see.
Even Jack Frost looks great, man. Jack Frost looks amazing in this new system.
Sorry to cut you off, Bao.
No, you're good. I was going to say I'm in particular loving the new demon designs. They all look very distinct, and I don't think there's been a single one I dislike yet. My personal favorite being, I forgot the name, but it's the lady cut in half from the Philippines. Yeah. Her design is amazing, and I must have her on my team immediately.
Yep.
Yeah. I love the demons a lot that they're showing. Some of my favorite ones have been shown. Futsuna Nushi, obviously, because I read the Raido manga. He's a main character in it. Some of the angels, it looks like they're going to have all 9, the Seraph, the powers, virtues, principalities, dominions, all those people, all they're going to show up, thrones. A lot of new ones that look great, like the one from the Philippines. Anahita has also been one that was fan favorite on Twitter. And some less liked ones like Demeter, design from SMT4 Apocalypse. But they all look great.
I think we can all agree that the demons are looking pretty fucking awesome for the game, and the overall game is looking beautiful. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time talking about that, but obviously they're going to go above and beyond for a new installment on a very popular platform. So there's no surprise that they look good. But
I like the fact they follow you now too. You have a demon that follows you, like in Pokemon.
Oh man, I forgot to put that on. Yes, I love that too, man. I absolutely adore that. What do you? I want to get you, David, Tony. What do you guys think about that? I think that is a huge addition to the game.
Again, another feature that I was not expecting, but I'm glad to see it.
It's like one of it's like one of those things that you're like, okay, you didn't miss it. Like if you played like a earlier SMT game, but now that you're seeing, like, this is pretty fucking cool to have, slime and stuff following me behind me as I walk throughout this world and explore.
Yeah, like I said before, I talked about it a little bit before, but as a Raido, #1 Raido fan, this is awesome. I love this more than anything.
Tony the Raido simp. That's got to be your new name now.
Yeah, I love
Tony
this.
for Rido.
I'm just gonna do a Rido channel, just Devil Summoners only.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys a question. Riku in the chat said, I love the new angel design. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the new design. I really like it as well.
I like it too.
But I've seen some divisive opinions, so.
I like it as much as the old one, so I like them about the same.
Let's hear the elitists in the room. Tony.
Well, as an elitist, as a lore, I value Demon's design as they pertain to the lore. I really like this angel design. Dare I say more than the previous one? I like the feminine body with the masculine voice, kind of harkening back to angels being genderless beings for, heralds of God. The toga, the golden mask is harkening back to, I think it's Greek mythology with the Greek masks of the dead. It's very cool. I like it a lot.
I will say I like the funny symbology of the old angel a lot. How basically it's a whore for the Lord. That always amused me, so I'm going to miss that. But
yeah.
Shoutouts to Sleep in the chat for the top tier comments every 5 to 10 minutes.
Man, Sleep's been on it this entire stream. So.
Yeah, shoutouts to Sleep. He's a good guy.
Shout out. But for real, I personally like Angel's new design. Opinions are like assholes. I don't really want to see everyone's, so it doesn't really matter to me. But I think Angel's.
We know you want to see everyone's, dude. Don't even try.
I saw yours.
Next question.
Moving on from the gameplay aspect of this podcast. Actually, no. There's one more thing I wanted to cover, and it's about Dot itself. We've seen there's a few different areas that make Dot look different and everything. Do you guys expect it to not be that varied when it comes to environments or everything, or do you expect this ever-changing environment? You go to here and it looks different. It's not like fucking Tartarus or Mementos or anything. Every space is different. What do you guys think?
I think those really varied looking places may just be our quote dungeons, even though they won't be called that, or just expansive areas. And the general vibe of Dot would just be a desert, but who knows? I would like it if it wasn't, because it would just be more interesting that way, but I'm not going to get my hopes up.
I mean, I don't think the game would be that... Not to say the game would be bad if it was just a desert, but there's obviously got to be something more than just, this desert Tokyo right here. Tony, I want to get your opinion next. What do you think we're going to see from Dot in, terms of different environments and everything, or are we going to see more of the same that we've seen so far?
After doing the research for the video I made about speculating about the world of Da'at, I did a lot of research into, not extensive, but a little bit of research into the whole Kabbalah, which is what this is based off of. Da'at is the center of the world tree, and there's a world tree in SMT V. I think the branches of the world tree all will have representation in SMT V in one way or another, whether that be in areas or themes or demons. I think it's going to be a lot more important than what people might give it credit for, the name Da'at alone.
David?
Nothing specific, actually. I don't have much to say on this one. I'm looking forward to exploring Dot.
There's obviously a lot of stuff that they haven't shown us for good reason, too. They don't want to give us everything, so it's we know what to expect going in from this world, because it's a brand new world that we haven't explored before, and that gets me excited. But let's just go ahead. I'm going to jump to another topic right quick, and it's about the characters of the game. Recently, we just had a reveal of characters' names, and not really the role they serve in the story, but I thought they were interesting to mention right here. So what we're going to do right quick is I'm going to read the basic descriptions of the main characters from this Persona Central article. Shout out to Persona Central for posting this and translating it. And I want us to give our thoughts on the characters, their design, and what we think we're going to happen in the story. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yep.
Tao Isunokami. I'm probably going to butcher all these names. The protagonist's classmate, a third-year student and member of the lacrosse club. Caring and kind-hearted, she has a sixth sense since she was a child. Everyone at Bethel the Saint. Thoughts on her character, her design, and what do you guys think she's going to serve in the story?
Go ahead, man.
I was just going to say she definitely seems like the one they're putting the most focus on. So like I said earlier, she'll probably stick with you regardless of what path you choose. But I hope I like her if she is just going to be strapped to your hip the entire game. Yeah, just curious where she goes.
Yeah, you guys are probably not going to like what I'm going to say here, but I'm getting Asahi vibes from her, which is not a positive thing at all. I think her design is a bit too generic, but I like her description, and as Bao said, I think she's going to have an important role in the story, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with her, even if I'm getting strange vibes from her.
Yeah, I think she will definitely be the MacGuffin of the game. She's going to be the driving force. Yeah, I agree with David. Big Asahi vibes, but I think she's going to be handled a lot better.
I think it's just the vibe that we're getting. I think that's just the vibe we're getting from the trailers. Obviously, Atlus doesn't want to show us anything, and obviously she runs into trouble or something in this newest Bethel trailer. We don't know what the fuck's happening. But next character, Yuzuru Atusa. A friend of the protagonist, he is responsible, capable, and assertive. He fights alongside Bethel in a provisional unity in order to protect his sister, Miyazu. What do you guys think?
I'm getting big brain vibes from him. I like him. He's cool.
I find him the most interesting of the cast. Although if he really is just going to be ride or die for Bethel, he might end up being against me because I'm not sure if I'll be with Bethel with what I know about them. So we'll see.
Yeah, he seems like neutral route.
Neutral.
I think he just about his sister and he wants to get out. I don't think he cares about the world. He's a neutral or white, something like that ending.
Shout out to Demi Crow again. Another donation, $1 donation. Thank you so much, Demi Crow. When do you guys think we'll get the official dub reveal and cast reveal? I would have thought it would have happened by now, but what do you guys think about that?
I also thought it would have happened by now, but I mean, we're this close to release. Has to happen within the next 2 months.
Yeah, whenever the game comes out.
David?
Sorry, I was off here for a sec. What did you say?
Demi Crow asked, when do you think we'll get the official dub reveal and cast reveal? And we all pretty much said, I thought we would see it by now.
Oh, I have a different take on this. I think we'll see it very late, just like they did with Nocturne, where when people got their review copies is when we learned who the cast was. We may hear the dub before, but I think we're going to learn who the cast is on at launch or a week before launch, something like that.
Shout out to Nocturne HT Remaster review copy crew representing right here. Ayo. Not to gloat, but I just like to mention that every now and then.
I didn't get that.
Tony, you deserve it more than anybody.
Thanks, King.
Yuzuru gives out, I know y'all are going to cringe, but Seto Kaiba vibes from me. He seems kind of uptight. He wants to protect his sibling and everything. And it seems like the kind of guy that would do anything to protect them, but also being a jackass at the same time. That's just my vibe, though. I know some people might cringe at that.
I don't think he has any badass vibes. And Seto Kaiba, to me at least, from someone who only watched the first season or so, I feel like Kaiba was the badass back in the day. And I'm not getting those vibes from him.
It's because he had a lot of money. It's because he's a badass.
Okay, that's fair.
He's just rich. Ichiro Dazai, a friend of the protagonist. He is responsible, capable, and assertive. He fights alongside Bethel in a provisional unity in order to protect his sister. Oh wait, no, Yuzuru. Ichiro Dazai, a cheerful. I'm sorry, I've had a couple of drinks. A cheerful guy who can be gauche at times, he becomes involved in the Takawana tunnel collapsing incident while live streaming. He joins Bethel, swearing to fight the demons and prove his worth for a noble cause. What do you guys think about Ichiro?
I was not a fan of his design at first, but then when we saw him in the trailer and like he's live streaming and all, I think he's gonna have a very unique personality, and I like it. Still not a fan of his design though. I feel like he's like Ryuji vibes a bit. I don't like it.
Ryuji, it's like if Ryuji and Mark from Persona 1 had a love child.
What? Mark? How?
Bro, didn't you see like the beanie and stuff on his head and stuff, man?
The fact you put this visual in my head.
Yeah, I guess.
I think this guy's going to be a bait and switch. I think this guy's going to look really carefree, but I think, based on what we saw, I think he's going to be desperate for power, and he's going to be chaos. He's going to fuse with a demon. It's going to be like SMT1 Chaos Hero. He's going to fuse with a demon. He's going to obsess over power. He's going to realize live streaming isn't going to get him very far in New Tokyo, and he's going to be a badass.
Are you trying to tell me something right now, Tony? Live streaming isn't going to get me far anywhere?
I'm saying I'm going to survive in Da'at. That's for sure.
No, if they go in that direction for his character, I think he's going to grow on me.
Bao?
I'm really hoping he's not the Chaos Alignment character, because I don't like his design, and he seems annoying so far.
I don't either.
And I just, if I have to stick with this guy, can Lucifer, like, spoiler, just like fuse with him again, so I just have Lucifer instead of him.
Shout out to Coogan in the chat saying Mark and Ryuji vibes. Let's fucking go. Someone actually sees it other than me. I swear, if y'all combine those two, that's their fucking love child right there. I swear. But next character, Miyazu Atusa. Like I said, I'm probably butchering these names. Yuzuru's little sister and only living family member. Shy and reserved, she often seen visiting the nurse's office. She is caught in the chaos when her high school is attacked by demons. Thoughts?
So I thought, this is a little sister, right?
Yes.
Of the dude.
Yes, yes, female Ren. As
I actually thought this was a dude when we first saw her, just because like you only saw her upper body and her half her face was like covered in a scarf. So when it was revealed to be a girl, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And also, I don't see the Joker comparison myself, but I guess
it makes me cringe, man.
Well, actually, no. I hope her character isn't just like a story device for her brother. I hope she gets her own development, because they could easily go that route. Like, she dies, oh, he goes crazy, blah, blah, blah. I hope they don't do that.
David, Tony?
I'm not the biggest fan of her design, but she's different from anything else that we've seen before, and that I like. So we'll see. I'm carefully optimistic with her.
Our friend Riku thinks she's cute, apparently, in the chat.
Oh, we all thought it was a boy first. I agree with you, Bao. I also thought it was a dude at first.
Nah, man. Shoutouts to Riku. This is heavy waifu energy. I'm a big fan. Whatever route she is, I might just go. Okay,
what a fucking simp you are, Tony. Tony for simps. That's what you should name yourself.
Not gonna lie, I'm getting Mark and Ryuji vibes from her.
Mark and Ryuji vibes forever. Yeah. So Tony, you actually really like her, huh?
I like her a lot.
What makes you say that exactly?
I like the shyness. I like the glasses, the tomboyish hairstyle.
My man's got a crush over here. Ooh!
I'm about to do a drip review. I like everything about her look. Cop the fit. If you're a girl and you're in SMT and you dress like this, contact me immediately. Open DMs.
My man's about to have his life ruined.
Let me cosplay here real quick.
No, dude.
Huh? Tony and David together to to bring the ultimate power couple. I'm here for it. I support you guys.
Next question.
Just so you know, I support you. Just so you know. Let's see. Hiayu, I don't even know. Hiayu Kozi, fuck it. The Prime Minister of Japan and the Chief of Bethel Japan branch. Calm, collective, and strategic, he offers the demon summoning program to Ichiro and his friends, asking them to assist Bethel. So it's just like power figure and everything in the story. What do you guys think about his design, his character?
Honestly, out of all these characters, his design is probably my favorite, but him as a character, he seems sketchy AF. So, I don't know. Like, old dude just giving you a module to summon demons that just raises all types of alarms, and he's the leader of an organization. Nope. Don't trust him.
A politician is just that is a bad sign.
That too.
But there's potential. I'm sure Tony, you can remind me. But what was the name of the politician in SMT one, the first one that you see early on?
Oh, in SMT 1?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like
I'm
something that they thought was really American. It was like Senator Armstrong or something.
Yeah. Like they can do something unique like with that particular character, but it's easy to fall into stereotypes territory with just that description that we have here. So we'll see. I don't particularly care for his design. I don't like it. I don't hate it either. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm sure his 3D model will look better than this 2D render. It looks cool to me. If Bethel is nothing but a demon fighting organization, I feel like I can trust him.
Oh yeah, trust the sketchy guy that runs a corporation and stuff. That always works well. Yeah.
If he gives me the demoning summoning program, you're okay in my book.
Bao, thoughts?
As I said, seems sketchy, but I like his design. He reminds me of, I forgot to do his name, but he was one of the leaders. In 4, I can't remember if it was the Ring of Gaia or what. The dude who was behind the pills. Anyone that's played 4 will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it reminds like a less gangster version of him in terms of design. So I like it. It's simplistic, his design, which it works for him.
So I don't think we're going to have much to say about this last character that on this Persona Central article, but Sayori Kijima, a fellow student who was attacked by a demon at the school when the protagonist returns to protect it. She's fucking dead.
When I read that description, I wonder if it's not her that they were talking about in yesterday's trailer.
Right.
When they say like, I wonder if I could have helped her. Maybe it's her and not Tao.
You got a good point. Damn, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Guys, do you agree with David?
Random speculation, though. I have no idea.
I mean, it could be, but I don't think this random girl that gets snatched up is going to play like a big story role.
Oddly enough, I'm with David, honestly, on this one. I think it's she's going to play an important role. I think so. Being the first human captured by this strange entity, there's no way it isn't slightly important, especially since they gave her a name and a very unique model. She looks actually kind of cool.
They gave her a name. She has to serve the plot at some point.
Yeah, she has to. She's not Julian Academy Girl 43.
I mean, it happened before. What do you mean? It happened before that they gave a name to a useless character. Look at Haru in P5. That's a good example.
Okay, bro, you are fucking done on this fucking podcast. A big fuck you to David and goodbye.
I'm proud. I feel
You're
really proud
fucking
right now.
capping, bro. And my man Tony over here has got my back on this. Right, Tony?
Haru Bros for life. She's
Haru
the best
Bros.
character.
You know
Rare
what?
Tony L.
I'm about to fucking like do a LeBron James on your ass and go from Cleveland to Miami. I'm going to go to Kamurocho Bros to fucking Haru Bros over here, right here. Okumura Bros for life, right, Tony?
For sure.
Bao, thoughts on Haru?
I don't really have much thoughts on her, except the fact that I don't think she'll be as important as everyone's speculating, but could obviously be wrong. Because apparently she wasn't the only student that was like snatched up by the tentacle monster, but I will say the fact they're like giving her a name instead of just random student could lead credence to the fact that she is important, but I just need to see more to be like sure. So for now, no real thoughts.
And Bao, thoughts on Haru Okumura as well, because we were just talking about her.
Oh, best girl in P5.
Oh,
yes, my man! Let's go!
Best girl in P5? What?
Fuck you, David. Fuck you. Oh, my man left!
Bruh. I'm disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, it's 3 against 1. What the fuck you gonna do? We're gonna fucking bully you until you change your ways. Haru's the way to go. So, one more thing I want to discuss about the characters in SMT 5. It's about the alignment route. So, if they go with the traditional alignment route in this game, which characters do you think represent law, chaos, and neutral? And we're going to start right quick with Bao. Put you on the spot.
I can tell you, but I don't remember their names yet, so I can describe them. Ryuji Lovechild. Unfortunately, since by process of elimination, I gotta say chaos for him. But I hope I'm wrong on that, because I don't want to be his partner for the whole game. But the one I actually can't decide, the brother of the Joker-looking girl. One of you said he's probably going to be neutral, and I could see that, but I could also see him being law, so I'm not really sure. One of those. And whatever one he's not, our tag-along girl, I expect her to be the other, law or neutral. Although, I can see this being like a Devil Survivor 2 situation, where it's just shades of gray, and there is no proper alignment system. As long as it's done well, I'm fine with that.
Do you think they could? Yeah. Do you think they might get rid of the alignment system?
Well, For Apocalypse kind of already did. It was just like different, neutral routes.
Does anyone care about For Apocalypse?
I do.
Yeah, good game.
I like it.
I see a lot of hate online on it. That's all I gotta say.
It has its issues, but it's not a bad game.
Tony, which characters do you think represent chaos, law, and neutral?
I have them on my second monitor. I'll say their names and I'll describe what they look like if anybody doesn't remember. Ichiro, the love child of the 2 best characters, Mark and Ryuji. I said before, and I'll say it again, that's definitely going to be a bait and switch chaos, obsessed with power. You saw it a little bit in the trailer. Going to get corrupted, maybe something like that. Hayao Koshimizu, the guy who gives you the demon summoning program, I think he's going to be law. He's going to have the demon fighting organization. You're going to initially think he's evil because he looks like a politician. He looks kind of shady. But I think he's going to end up being a greater good type of guy. Yuzuru is going to be neutral, the big brother. And Miyazu, tag along neutral. Maybe freedom, if they're going to all represent different endings. And also, Blue Jacket Girl Tao Isonokami. Mm-hmm. Just gonna stick with you. Asahi vibes.
Yeah, my man doesn't give a fuck about anything. He just wants to stick with her. I respect that. I respect that. David, your thoughts on the alignments?
I have a different idea. It's a crazy one, but still. I would say Miyazu, Chaos, Yuzuru, Law, because that would make for an interesting plot point to see how they reach that status. I know it's a stretch, but still. And Tao is neutral. Nothing for Ryuji looking guy.
Ryuji. I love how we've collectively thought of him as a love child now. By the way, shout out in the chat right here, Duo Beard saying that he's more of a Kawakami guy. 1000% agree, my man. I 1000% agree. Anyways, the next topic that we want to go over, since we just went over the alignment system, we're kind of going to start to wrap things up here, and we're going to give our predictions on the sales of the on SMT 5 and the future of the SMT franchise as a whole, right quick. So, obviously, the game's releasing November 12th, 2021. We all know that. What are your predictions on how well this game will sell?
I can go first since I made a video, and I'm sure some of y'all in the chat already know what I think since I made that video. My prediction, once it's, did you say in a specific time frame or just overall sales?
No, just overall.
Overall sales? Okay.
Yeah.
I think once it's all said and done, it's going to be at 2 million or very close to 2 million. In my video, I made like a really big analysis of everything that we should consider to predict an amount. I looked at like first party exclusive RPGs on Switch, first party titles, RPGs on Switch, and how much copies they sold. Previous mainline SMT games, Persona 5. I considered the fact that I considered the marketing campaign for the game. I considered what Nintendo's doing with the game. And I considered a bunch of things. And I feel like 2 million is a safe bet once it's all said and done. What do you guys think, though? I'm very curious to hear.
I don't have too much to base it off of, but I'm going to give a modest 1.5 to 2 million sales, at least for a release week. I feel like with how much you're advertising it, how much, just have a spotlight they put on it in regards to older SMT games, which had pretty much no spotlight. And just around that time, JRPG fans only other game I think releasing around then is like Pokemon a week later, which I'm hoping doesn't like butcher the SMT sales, but I kind of doubt it.
It won't. That's a totally different, demographic that you're trying to hit, right? In my opinion. Do you agree with that?
Depends. I mean, SMT and Pokemon are pretty similar, but in terms of demographic, I don't know, because it's Gen 4 remakes, which appeals to people who are kids, teens in the 2000s. So I don't know.
Well,
that'd be interesting to look into, though.
Well, SMT5 definitely isn't going to sell towards kids. I mean, it's an M-rated dark game, so I don't think Pokemon's going to hurt it. David,
you say
Tony,
that, but kids buy Call of Duty.
That's very true. David, Tony. Before we get Tony's opinion on how much it's going to sell, I want to get everyone else's opinion. Do you think Pokemon's going to affect the sales of SMT5 at all?
No.
I have one thing to say. Check out Katana Riku's video on the subject. He made a video discussing that exact topic, if the Diamond and Pearl remakes are going to be a nuisance to 5 sales. Very good video, and it summarizes my thoughts precisely, so you guys should check that out.
1000%. He made a great video. That's good. Katana Riku always posts great content, though, so that's not surprising, but definitely check out his video. I'll link it later in the description.
Great content creator. I'm sure he's not a...
You cut off right there, David, but it's okay. Tony, you said no to Pokemon not affecting SMT5 sales?
I don't know about anyone else. I don't like Pokemon at all.
My man! I don't give a fuck!
I don't know anything about Pokemon. I played like 2 in my life. I don't see any overlap in the games. I don't think many SMT games have been on Nintendo consoles. Aside from, I guess 4 was on 3DS, but I don't know. I don't see it.
The mainline series.
I don't see it interacting, or I don't see it interfering at all.
Yeah, I don't see it. Tony, me and you were Yu-Gi-Oh kids growing up, weren't we? So we don't give a fuck about Pokemon.
Oh yeah, big time. Yu-Gi-Oh is my ish.
Blue Eyes White Dragon could wipe the floor with fucking Charizard. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. No one cares about Pokemon. Except millions of people do, but I don't give a fuck about it, so no one does.
Yeah. It's like one of the most popular things in the world, but it sucks.
But I don't give a fuck. So, obviously we had a fiasco with the collector's edition of SMT5. Do you guys think we're going to see more of those go up? And I want to know, did you guys... I know David did. He reserved his. He's got 3 fucking copies coming, but were you guys able to reserve your copies of the SMT5 collector's edition?
Yes, I was, and I think they'll go up sporadically, up to and right after release. I think they'll definitely be hard to find. Well, not hard to find, but when they go up, I expect them to sell out rather quickly.
Tony?
Yeah, I got mine. I heard it was a big thing in America that people couldn't get it. I'm Canadian. I got one, no problem. Day one, like not even as soon as it came up, I just
It
got
must
it.
be fucking nice.
It is nice to be Canadian.
For once.
Big W.
For once.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show the demand of the game.
Oh,
I think it'll be really, really popular.
I'm not gonna lie, every hot item is like very easy to pre-order here in Canada. Like that SMT5 Collector's Edition was easy. I got the PS5 pretty easily as well, and I even got a second one for a friend. Um, I never have any issues
Well,
pre-ordering
that's
stuff.
because your nearest neighbor is a moose, David.
Uh-huh.
It's in Canada.
Okay.
What do you expect?
Okay.
You drink maple syrup for lunch.
Of course.
And
Of course
watch
I do.
hockey, right, Dave? Right, Tony?
We
I
do
don't
watch
care about
hockey, that's for sure.
I
don't
love
care
me
about
some
hockey.
hockey. I love me some hockey. We could talk about that sometime, Tony. I want to get you guys' thoughts. Story DLC. I know we're going to see regular DLC, maybe cosmetic and stuff, but story DLC, do you think we'll see any for this game?
I'll say no, and I hope not, because 4 has some really important stuff locked behind DLC that rubbed me the wrong way. Also, the best song in the game was locked behind DLC, which also pissed me off.
I agree. I hope there's none, but because of the DLCs in 4 and looking at their DLC and business practices in recent year, I feel like we're gonna get some.
Yeah.
At least we're not gonna get a freaking digital deluxe edition. Thanks, Nintendo.
Well, yeah, Nintendo shut that shit down. Bro, they say, fuck Sega. We're not going to do this fucking shit. I respect them about that. But Sega's just going to... But for every other Persona release that we get, or whatever else that we're going to get from Sega, there's going to be a digital deluxe now.
Yeah, for sure. I really hope they don't have any story DLC. I hope they don't have any DLC at all. I'm not a fan of DLC.
There will be.
but
Let's be for real.
there will
Yeah,
be.
there will be.
Based on the SMT3 remastered, like making you pay $13 for baby mode, I don't know, man. Like, as long as it's innocuous, like if you give me the main character but he's red, $5, it's like okay, whatever. But if it's a whole dungeon, a whole storyline,
Right.
we're gonna have some issues.
Not going to Mass Effect 3 this and like have DLC that's like locked like the ending of the game and everything, the true ending.
Oh god.
My worst issue with DLC is when they're doing a re-release of a game, a remaster of a game, and they're selling DLC for it. That's pushing the line, in my opinion. Like Royal, come on, you're re-releasing your game for $60, a game that came out 2 years ago, and you're still charging
dude,
DLC.
that's
You can't
not as
even
bad.
make the definitive edition. I know it's like cosmetics and stuff like that. It's not necessary, but that's what a remaster, that's what a re-release is for. You're still selling that stuff. That's tough. That's really tough. I can't.
That's still not as bad as Persona 4 Dancing All Night's PS4 port.
That's
Because-
even worse.
Yeah, because it already had DLC that was established, that's fine, but they didn't include it in the fucking port, so you had to buy all that shit separately. And
Terrible.
if you wanted to play the game on, if you had to play the game on Vita and are playing it on PS4, you had to rebuy the DLC.
Oh god.
That's awful. Yeah, that's one of their worst moment in terms of.
I will
business
say though,
practice.
in Japan that wasn't the case because that was all one unified system. But Atlus West is kind of greedy.
I have big issues with even SMT3 HD remastered. I really don't like these business practices. I won't get into it because we'll be here all day. I don't like this whole DLC culture thing that we're just okay with.
You sound like such a boomer, Tony.
Nah, I
I
agree,
mean, I remember when games they used to sell it to you and you could play them.
Yep. No downloads, no nothing.
Right? Yeah,
No,
I miss that
nothing.
too. Don't get me wrong. Bow. What do you think about these DLC practices? Do you think we're going to see more of these heavily SMT5 where it's like stuff is left behind? What do you think of current DLC practices from Atlus?
I just hope they stick to what already is confirmed, which is like, the extra Maka experience DLCs. That I don't care about because it's 100% optional, doesn't affect me. But just don't lock any story behind it and I'm good. And also, my thoughts on like current DLC culture. I just remember back when DLC really started becoming a thing in the 360 PS3 era, and everyone was outraged, but then everyone said, "Oh, surely this is going to go away. We won't let this stand forever." And then microtransactions became a thing, and then battle passes became a thing, and I think we're just at the point where a whole generation of people are going to grow up thinking this is the norm, and this is just going to be accepted from now on. And old fogies like us will just have to live with it.
We're getting old. Back in my days, you could just buy PS2 disc, pop it in, no download, and just play the fucking game as intended.
Yeah, that's why I haven't played a new game in like years. I just play PS2 games at this point in my life.
Except SMT V coming out.
Yeah, that's the only Super Turbo Giga Deluxe edition I ever bought in my life. And it probably will be the only one.
Tony for boomers. That's what we're going to have to call them. So, bit of last couple of topics here. I want to give like kind of these scenarios right here about SMT 5 sales and everything. So, let's say SMT 5 does very well worldwide. What does the future hold for the franchise, in your guys' opinion?
Like, do you mean like if the sales exceed their expectation?
Yes, if it does, like it's such a great seller. What do you think where can the series go from here?
I think
SMT5 dancing.
I'd play
and
it.
Hope. I think and hope that they would calm their titties with Persona spinoffs and start to give us mainline spinoffs again. Like newer ones, not just Persona spinoffs, but new SMT spinoffs, because I made a video as well recently on that. And I feel like if SMT5 is just a success and it's not a really big success, I feel like we're not going to get any new SMT spinoffs anymore. And if SMT5 is a really big success, it exceeds their expectations, then I think we may see new spinoffs in the future, whether it's SMT5 dancing or whatever.
I can imagine Timmy Fiend just like dancing the specialist from Persona 4 dancing. I'm here for it. Bao, what's your thought process on where the franchise goes from here if it's very successful?
Well, first and foremost, it probably won't be as long a wait until the next mainline game. But what I would want is the same thing, more mainline spin-offs. Because I got into SMT in that era where there was just a million different things you could play. Devil Survivor, Digital Devil Saga, Raito. And I would love to see that again. Because it definitely helped to get new people into the series.
Shout out to the new subscriber, Tony, for you. Fuck you for not subscribing to me until now, Tony.
I just realized.
I'm kidding.
Yeah,
that wasn't. Your thought process on where the series goes from here.
I'm going to be a realist. I don't think they're going to make an SMT5 apocalypse, in all honesty.
No.
I think it'll just result in a lower wait time for the next mainline series. That seems likely.
So you don't foresee any spinoffs?
No, I don't actually.
Even if it exceeds expectations by Nintendo and Atlus.
No, I think if anything, it'll result in more HD remasters, maybe more bundles. I'm still praying for that Raito 1 and 2 remaster bundle on Switch or DDS bundle.
DDS is coming, bro. We all know that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it'll set a good precedent. People like SMT. All good. We'll get more.
So, I know the game's not going to flop, but let's say this kind of doesn't do well, worldwide. Obviously, I think it's going to do good in Japan no matter what. Here in the States, we don't know. I think it's going to have great sales regardless, but let's say the game completely flops, falls on its ass. Where do you think the franchise goes from here? Is it only Persona?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to blame them since, well, if mainline SMT doesn't sell and Persona does, from a business standpoint, so Persona. It would suck as a fan, but I don't think I'd be able to blame them.
Tony?
I don't even want to think about it, man.
I don't want to think about it either, but more of a hypothetical question because I think we all know here that's going to sell well.
Yeah, I think on all likelihood it's gonna be Persona. It's just gonna be instead of the odd SMT game's gonna come out, and people in the near future are gonna say that SMT was a spin-off of Persona.
Oh,
I don't want to imagine that
oh,
world.
oh God, oh God, you just hurt me there, David. Your thoughts on if the game doesn't do well?
Well, I think you covered it for if it doesn't do well, but I want to say though, let's assume it's gonna do just like SMT4 success, but not more. Then I feel like they would just keep rolling with mainline, but nothing else. No new experiments. Keep it traditional, and let's keep dropping mainline games every now and then.
I would think that with the success of Nocturne Remastered, at least though, especially in Japan, that they would at least release more remasters.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, like you mentioned it before, DDS 1 and 2, that's happening 100%.
There's no way it's
Probably
not.
next year.
There's
Probably
no way
next year.
that's not. They'd be fucking dumb to not do that. So, last question before we get into the questions by our listeners. What do you guys hope to see from the Shin Megami Tensei franchise in the future? Just anything in general. Doesn't matter. Whether the game succeeds or fails.
As we said, I just want to see more spin-offs again, because it's just a great era of variety. If you didn't like mainline SMT for some reason, you could go play Digital Devil Saga, which was different. If you didn't like that, you could go play the Raito games, which are real-time action. I just miss that variety in SMT. I just miss the number of SMT games that I could choose from before I played them all. And I would also just like the series to continue from here, being bigger and bigger. Kind of like with Persona. Persona 3 was a bit of a new start for the series, and that did exceptionally well. And then Persona 4 took it a step further, and then Persona 5 really took that a step further. I love to see the SMT series do that, but stay true to what we love about it.
Tony?
Raito.
Yes.
More Raito.
Just
man.
more right.
My man.
I want more Raito. I want more Devil Summoner.
So, with them, I know it's not confirmed that Raito's in this game, but honestly, with them showing those visuals, it gives me hope, personally. Does it give you hope?
Yeah. I
If
think
he's like a big
he's gonna
character in this game.
he's going to be a demon hunter. It's going to be. We touched on it before. There are 3 branches of the Yatagarasu. It's like, I forget the third one, but it's the protectors,
I'm not sure.
the devil summoners, the onmyoji, which are like the mages, and then like the third one, I think it's the intelligence branch. But he might be a branch of the Yatagarasu. It's going to be a little bit of a crossover, maybe he's just a demon hunter. But if this is a hint for more Raito, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Bao, I want to get your opinion on that as well, and David's, before we get into David's, what he wants to see. Do you think this shows confidence from them that people want to see more Raito? Do you think we can expect that?
For Raito specifically, I'm not sure, honestly, because I'm just not sure outside of people I've directly talked to how well received and liked Raito is. I don't really feel I can comment on it.
David, before we go into what you want from SMT going forward.
Oh, I agree with Bao. I'm not sure about Raito precisely. I feel like Raito is harder to bring back, and especially with his style of game. But at the same time, he's one of the more beloved characters by vets, so I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Raito Muso game.
Oh, God.
I mean, I don't think that would please anyone. Like, not the older fans.
Are you telling me Persona 5 Strikers is not a Muso game?
I mean, it shares elements to a Muso game, but it has a different structure.
Yeah, it's true. Anyone calling Persona 5 Strikers a Muso game, get educated, please.
Is it not?
Bro, it's not. No.
It actually is not, shockingly.
That must be why I liked it.
A lot of Muso games, haven't you?
Yep.
This man, yeah.
It's more of just a action game.
It reminds me more of like a Final Fantasy VII than it does a Musou game. Like Final Fantasy VII remake in terms of gameplay, to me at least. But David, your thoughts on what you want to see from SMT going forward?
I want them to keep going in that direction. I think they're doing great. I'm really looking forward to 5. Everything that I've seen from it looks amazing. It's been years since I've been that excited for a game. I'm all here for it. So if it turns out to be as good as I expect it to be or more, I just want them to continue. I wish we get more mainline stuff, but if they keep the quality consistent, I'm good. I'm good with that. That's good enough.
Okay. So I think we can almost wrap everything up at this point, but we're going to go over some questions that we had on Twitter right quick, and we have a few. I'm going to get this one out of the way right quick. Pick a Twig asks David specifically, who is your favorite Persona 3 character? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Who is your favorite character from Persona 3 and Persona 4?
And 4, okay. In 3, I would say Mitsuru. In 4, I would say Narukami, especially after watching the anime.
Yes, the anime really brought his character to a new level.
Yeah, definitely. Nah, he's awesome in the anime. I think 3 is a boring answer, though. I don't know who else I could pick.
Bao?
My favorite character from 3 is actually the Tower Arcana social link, Tatsu. Around that time, I was in high school, and I just thought, this is a funny, cool old man with some nice life wisdom. And now that I'm older, I can actually relate to the old guy a bit now. So, funny. I liked him when I was younger, and now that I'm like almost 30, I can relate to him. So, I've liked him more and more. And Persona 4, just Rize.
Rize's
reasons.
Awesome. We love Rize. But you don't like idol stuff.
Indeed, I do. I actually don't care about her like idol side or much.
This is a revelation, ladies and gentlemen. Bowser Karaka, the idol hater, loves Rize Fujikawa. You heard it here first. Tony, favorite character from Persona 3 or 4?
From 3, I have a soft spot for President Tanaka. I think he's awesome. He's really the king of all Devil Arcanas social links of any of the games.
I 100% agree with you.
I like his sleazeball with a heart of gold type of story. I guess in 4, oh man, I love that game so much.
There's so many good characters in 4. I obviously think 4 has the best characters.
Yeah, I really like Naoto a lot. I like her story. I like her character. I just like detective girls. My other waifu is Kyoko Kirigiri from Danganronpa, so I like those types.
My man got good taste over here. My man.
That's what's up.
I agree with you 1,000%.
Get a room, you two.
Only if you join us.
Next question.
Persona 3, I have to go Fuka Yamagishi. I think she is a great character and is looked down upon because of her voice actor. And she didn't do a great job with it, but it was serviceable. Persona 4? That's a hard question for me, but off the top of my head, I'm going to have to go
Mary.
No, fuck her. Fuck Marie, bro. Fuck Marie. She serves no purpose whatsoever. She serves the purpose on that game that I serve on this planet. 0.
Now, what if I told you Fuko is worst girl for me in Persona 3?
Dude, no!
That's based, yeah.
No.
Big true.
Yep.
Bro, no.
She's right there next to Aru in the trash can.
Shut the fuck up, David. No one cares. But Chie for Persona 4, definitely. Next question comes from Doc Hunt. Do any of the new girls, design-wise, hold a candle to Kawakami or Haru? This is a 2-part question. So, what do you guys... I don't require y'all to answer the Kawakami or Haru question, but what do you guys think about the designs of the new girls in the game?
Most of them are awesome. Especially, like, Poof, the red dress yesterday.
Oh! 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 My man horny over here.
That was a decent one. Yeah.
Bow.
They look good. Nothing like exceptional. Well, actually, my favorite design, like I said earlier, is the Philippine Demon Girl. That's my most appealing one so far. Also, I think that Kimono Girl we saw yesterday might be Nua from Chinese mythology, but no concrete evidence. But she uses clay. Nua uses clay. It could be a thing. I don't know.
Tony?
Yeah, they're so good. In fact, I wish they were worse because my entire Twitter timeline has been the red dress lady, and people have been acting a fool.
Shin Megami Hentai on the TL. Let's go.
But I mean, I spend a good amount of time talking about how I like Miyazu, even if you guys think she looks like a boy. I love her.
Doesn't matter. She looks
great.
like a boy. Doesn't matter to me. Honestly. And to answer that question about do they hold a candle to Kawakami Haru? Fuck no. Except I do appreciate Tao's thighs. I do appreciate that about her. What do you... And Doc Hunt's second question is, do you guys think that SMT 5 will make people want to play other SMT games?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to go online. They're going to see how well received those games are by fans, and they're going to be like, oh, yeah, I need some more.
People thought that
100%.
People thought that SMT 4 was a great entry point into the franchise. I think this would be the best entry point. But
Possibly.
What about you, Bao?
One, yes, but something I've seen with a lot of modern gamers is that if it's not on like the PS4, then it's just like impossible to play to them. Like the concept of buying an older system or emulation is just foreign. So I expect to see, oh, I love SMT 5. And now let's port beg for old SMT ports on every Nintendo post.
Please stop doing that, guys, by the way.
That's what I expect to happen.
Please don't do that. That's what we don't. And by the way, I just saw in the chat, Kura from the Midnight Channel says, Fuka not good, eat a dick. That's all I gotta say.
Based.
No, fuck you. Tony?
I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I'm going to do it. I think 5 is going to be the Persona 5 of SMT.
Oh, god damn it! Oh, god damn it!
I think it's going to get people to play SMT 3 and 4, and that's it.
Bro, Tony sounded like a Game Rant article over here.
How did you say that SMT 5 is the P5 of...
SMT 5 is the P5 of SMT.
Oh my
That sounds like an
Oh,
insane
we are
statement.
clipping that shit. Bro, you sound like Game Rant.
Yeah, I'm going a little insane. But like Bao said, it's like, what are they going to go back and play? It's even more reasonable than Persona because it's like, who's going to get like SMT1 physical? First of all, you can't. The average Joe, if you tell them to download an SNES emulator, they'll look at you like you're fucking from another planet. And PS2 emulation is a little more mainstream, but like, I don't think 5 will share as many fans as like DDS or Raidou as I might otherwise have hoped. By all means, I really hope it's not true. I really hope everybody plays all the other SMT games and loves them as much as we do, but I don't know.
I think with the success of the Switch, this will definitely be the game to get into SMT with. That's just my personal opinion. I think they're going to try to make it appeal as to many people as possible. That's just my thought process, though. But anyways, next question. We have like just a couple of more questions here. Katana Riku asks, "Red Dress Demon best waifu?" Guys,
Yeah.
That's not a question, but a sure.
bro, she like, oh my god, I just want her to bite my neck. That's all I want. That's all I want her to do. Please, that's all I want.
Well, as a good law-aligned boy, I'll have to say no. She's too chaotic for me.
You're a simp. You know that, Tony? Tony for simps.
Sorry, law only. Zelenin is my only waifu.
Oh, what? Bruh.
Law only.
Bruh.
Discuss more about this, Tony. Why?
Is it lemon?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's booty.
You have the floor, sir.
It's the booty.
They put me on the spot. She's Russian. She's thick. She's a little foreign. She's law aligned. She turns, no spoilers, but she gets the best upgrade in SMT, and her ending is the best in Strange Journey.
Yeah, her endings. Yeah.
All I had to hear was Russian and thick, and I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm. Play Strange Journey. No redo.
Next question comes from
Elitist.
Oh my god. Next question comes from our friend Demicro, and he actually asked 2 questions. The second one's quite a bit of a wow. But the first one is, how many copies do you think SMT 5 will sell in the main period that it would get with the most sales? So basically what he's saying is that, how well do you think SMT 5 is going to sell in its initial release? I think we pretty much covered that already, but I think we can all agree it'll sell very well like the first couple of weeks of launch, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, feeling confident.
Yep.
With the marketing Nintendo has behind this, 1000% it's going to sell very well within the first couple of weeks. Second question, I think it's directed towards me. If you could only choose one, which flavor of panties lollipop would you eat? Haru or Kawakami? David, I want your thoughts on this, guys.
Not Haru.
Fuck you, Bao.
I don't care about panties. So.
Man, I'm an adult man, and I don't think I'm old enough for this conversation. This is too disgusting.
I'm taking Kawakami's. That shit stank. Gotta say. Last question, moving on now, comes from my boy Agent P3. And do you think SMT 5 will be the best one of the series? And I kind of figured this would be a great way to wrap up this entire podcast. Do you guys, your expectations, will it be the best in the series so far?
It has the potential to be the best one in this series so far.
My exact thoughts.
I'm being carefully optimistic, though.
Yeah, it's gearing up to be the best game in the series.
I think we can all agree. With as much funding and everything Nintendo's putting into this with Atlus, there's no way this is going to fail, and there's no way this is going to be a good game.
We don't have any massive complaints with what we saw. Nothing.
Exactly.
We have small things, but nothing major seems problematic.
We're still all very positive about this.
Yep.
I think we can all agree. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us today. It meant a lot to me that you guys showed up for this podcast, my first live podcast. We'll have more in the future, but I want to thank my guests right quick, David, Bao, Tony. Thank you all so much for coming today. Made this podcast really special. Thank you so much. I put their channels in the description, so subscribe to them if you haven't already. I don't know why you haven't. They're great content creators. But thank you guys so much for coming today. I had a great time. I hope y'all did too.
Yeah, thanks for having us on, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Definitely enjoyed myself.
Anytime. Less than 3 months from SMT 5. Guys, let's go. I know there's going to be some more trailers and stuff in the very near future. We're all excited. Sir. But thank you all so much for coming out today. It's been King's Game Podcast Episode 7, and we will see you guys in the next one. King out.